Hello, my name is Lizbet, Margarita Salas, and today I'm presenting copular verbs and subject-verb agreement. Okay, so what are copular verbs? They are often referred to as copular verbs, verbs that link the subject with the predicate. As for example, Liz is a teacher and Liz is helpful. Although many languages don't use the verb to be, it is still the copular verb most common. So what is the most common copular verb? The verb to be. Okay, so why is the verb to be so interesting? The verb to be is the most frequent and irregular verb in English. That's why it is interesting, because it is the most frequent and irregular verb in English. Okay, let's look at these examples. The verb to be has three distinct forms in the present tense, such as am, are, and is, and compared to the verb walk, which has only two present forms. So if we compare the verb to be with the verb walk, we can see that the verb to be has more distinct forms with respect to person, number, and tense. Okay, so as we have seen, not only the verb to be, it is the most frequent and irregular verb in English, but it is also the most flexible copular verb. Okay, so why is the verb to be flexible? It is flexible because the copula be can be followed by an adjective phrase. For example, Naomi is attractive. It is also flexible because the copula be can be followed by a noun phrase, as for example, Tom is an actor. And it is also flexible because the copula verb can be followed by an adverbial phrase, such as Naomi is in New York. Okay, so the verb to be, it is also flexible because not only works as a verb, but it also works as an auxiliary. Let's look at this example. Tom is a teacher, and here we have a question, which is Tom a teacher? So the verb to be here is working as an auxiliary. That's why the verb to be, it is also flexible. Okay, now let's continue with the second topic, which is subject-verb agreement, and let's look at the form. Okay, in the present tense, we use the inflection s or sometimes es, depending on the verb, to the third person singular. We say he walks, she walks, and it walks. And with the rest of the subjects, no inflection is used. We say we walk, you walk, they walk, I walk, and you walk. There are some things that we have to remember. Don't add s to modal auxiliaries. For example, don't say Jack can't dance disco, but instead say Jack can dance disco. And also, don't add s to the inappropriate person. So we don't say we speaks, but we say we speak. Okay, so let's move on to the subject-verb agreement and let's look at the meaning. Okay, so there are reasons for using a singular or plural verb. Sometimes it is difficult to choose between a singular or plural verb, but it depends on the meaning. For example, in this sentence, the boy likes candies. We mean to only one. We mean to only one boy. The boy likes candies. And in the second sentence, the boys like candies. We mean more than one. We are referring to more than one boy. And finally, let's continue with the subject-verb agreement, and let's look at the use. Okay, when it comes to use, there are complications due to conflicts between prescriptive rules and actual usage. Let's look at these examples. Each of these examples was or were out of context, and every one of these athletes runs or run the mile in 4 minutes. Here the words each and every are considered as singular subjects. So we should select each of these examples was out of context, and every one of these athletes runs the mile in 4 minutes. But sometimes it is confusing because here we have examples, which is plural, and here we have athletes, which is also plural. So these are the kinds of conflicts that we have, but if we see the words each and every, then we will realize that they are working as singular subjects. So the answers will have to be was and runs. And that will be it. And thanks for your attention and goodbye.